Hey guys, what's up? It's Bibs07 here again, and welcome to my guide to killing tormented demons in the EoC. In this guide, I'm going to go over all the requirements you need to do tormented demons, what the best setups are to use, how to get there, best inventory, and then how to lure them to the right spots, and then kill them effectively. So, first things first, to kill tormented demons, you must have done the quest While Gothic Sleeps. And to do this quest, I think you need to have 275 or so quest points. So it is a pretty high requirement, but if you have done, it's pretty much all the quests in the game. You can do While Gothic Sleeps, and it's a pretty long quest. But once you get that done, you can kill tormented demons. And I recommend having 80 plus in your chosen style of combat before you come here, because although they don't have that high of defense, it still helps if you can hit consistently because of the way you have to switch styles. Tormented demons are pretty unique in the fact that they actually prey from whatever style is damaging them the most, and they start off preying melee, and they also start off with a shield around them, and in order to get rid of this shield, you will need a dark light, and you will have gotten this from a quest somewhere down the road. And if you have to get it back, I think you can get it back from Sir Kay in Varrock Castle. At least that's where I got mine back the last time I lost it, unless they updated it in some way. And you'll need a dark light, and then you'll need 2 different combat styles. Now, I usually prefer bringing melee and then some other combat style. It's really up to you if you want to bring mage or range, because they're weak to both arrows and fire spells. I prefer mage myself just because I don't really like using up bolts as much as I do runes, and you can easily use just air spells if you have an orbital battle staff, because you have infinite air runes. You could just use air spells if you want, and you'll still hit fine, but I'm bringing fire spells just so I get the most effectiveness out of it. So yeah, you pretty much just need to bring those 2 combat styles as well as a dark light. So either way, you're going to be meleeing at some point just to get rid of its shield. That's why I recommend you bring melee. So what I've got on now, I'm actually going to go switch this Slayer helm out for a Ganodermic visor, but I've got a Fury. I prefer Fury over any other amulet like a Whisper or something, because it's for every style. It's got all the bonuses. It's got 4.2. Okay, well, it's got 4.2% crit on all attack styles, so it's better that since you have it just for the one amulet for every attack style. Let me just grab out a Ganodermic visor. I've got my Ganodermic visor on. You can wear a melee helm instead, but I feel like it's easier to hit these things with melee than with magic, so I prefer to have better magic boosting gear than melee. I then have full Tetsu on. This is completely unnecessary, really. I'm only wearing it just because I don't have any other melee armor. Bandos will do you fine. Even Barrows will do you fine. You don't really need defense against these things, because they cannot hit through your prayer like other monsters these days. If you pray against them, they will only hit a 1 out of like a 1 life point of damage. So that's something also pretty different about them. And then I've got Drygore weapons. You don't need these either. You can use Chaotix easily. I've never used whips or enhanced Excalibur or anything like that in the EoC, but I'm sure you could hit okay with those. But I'd more recommend you bring Chaotix just to get decent speed kills. But if you have Drygores, then definitely bring them, because they'll make it faster. Got a skill cape. You can wear whatever cape you want. If you're using range, I'd recommend to bring an accumulator, but you can also just use a Tok'ra Call or whatever. I like the skill cape because it gives the bonuses again to all attack styles. Ganodermic boots. You can wear steadfast boots, ragefire boots, whatever boots you have. I'm just going for the mage bonus, like I said. I've got Barrows gloves because they're an all type of glove, and they're pretty high. If you have like pneumatic or next set gloves, you can wear those if you want. And I've also got the Ring of Wealth because that is my preferred ring. I like to wear the Ring of Wealth whenever I go bossing or do anything sort of PVM related, just because I like that increased chance of getting a drop. In my inventory, I've got 2 overloads and 2 prayer renewals. You can easily replace these overloads with extreme potions. You can bring some extreme attack and strength and then an extreme magic, and that can replace overloads easily. It's really up to you. But yeah, if you have overloads, they'll help you out and not make you have to pot all the time. Then I have 8 prayer potions. The prayer renewals will help you out. You won't really need to drink that many prayer potions. And I've got so much inventory space for drops and charms and stuff. 2 emergency food that you most likely won't need. You're going to need a sapphire lantern to get there. And to get one of these, you need to buy a bullseye lantern off the GE and make sure the description of it doesn't say anything about you needing to fill it up with oil. Because there's 2 bullseye lanterns and they both look exactly the same, and one of them says you have to fill it up with oil before you can use it. You want the one that's already filled with oil. Then you use a cut sapphire on it and you'll get an unlit sapphire lantern, and then you can light it and you'll get one of these. Make sure you have 2 of these in your bank just in case you die and you need to go back and get your stuff. You won't be needing to run to the GE and make another sapphire lantern, because that might prevent you from getting your stuff back. And then just fire runes for mage. So to get there, you come down to the Lumbridge basement. You should know where to go if you did the quest, but this is pretty much where, if you don't need to. I mean, if you don't know, then this is where you go. You crawl through the hole, come over here, squeeze through this hole, run through the Lumbridge caves. Very green down here. It's a little weird. And then you come over here, jump over the river using the stepping stone. Go through the cave over here. And then you're pretty much, oh wow, did I really just fall off that? 91 agility, okay. And then you go through the cave over here, and then you just use your sapphire lantern on a light creature and hit into the chasm, or chasm, whatever the hell you want to say. The light creature will float over to you, and then like absorb you, I guess. And then it'll float you down into the chasm where the TDs are. Well, they're not, I mean, you have to do a little bit of walking first, but you'll know from when you're in the quest. They updated these, because a while ago, the light creature used to come over to you and then like pick you up, and then you could watch yourself floating down. They changed it so that now they just absorb you, and you only see the ball of light floating downwards. Just a little thing. Then you can run south here, through this cavern, and then climb up the walls. During the quest, this is a little bit of a puzzle area where you have to solve a puzzle to get by, but since you've already done the quest, you can just climb on up and squeeze through the cave opening, and then this is the room where tormented demons are. You just have to do a little bit more walking, and then you'll be there. Now, one of the most important things about tormented demons is luring them so that you can isolate one spawn and kill it without getting any other tormented demons on you, because they will pile you pretty hard. So there's a few different places you can kill them at, and there's the one I prefer is the northeast location. That's probably the most popular, and I think it's the easiest one. You can kill them in the southwest or right here, but I don't like to do it there. So I'm going to switch to my mage gear and lure the tormented demons. There's one that spawns right here, and that is this one. It spawns right here, and you need to lure that one over here near this torch. So right when you come in, it's going to be a little bit hectic because there's going to be a lot of tormented demons on you, because if you're trying to lure them. Now that one is not coming around, so we're just going to leave it there. It should be fine, but normally you'd run over here, through here, because that one spawns right around there. It usually won't be on that side. Sometimes it will. So you want to... don't come after me. Okay. You want to lure him. You want to walk like right through here, and he'll get stuck there. Then you want to attack this one. Walk back here and onto the north side of the cave. Get him stuck right there. And then I kill this spawn over here. You can lure this one and then kill this one, because that spawns right there. Or you can just kill this one. I prefer killing this one, but I'm not really sure where it went. This one will spawn right around here-ish, and I think it's the easiest to kill because whenever I kill it, I'll just come stand right here. When it spawns, it'll automatically attack you, and then I'll show you how to lure it. It's pretty easy. If I could just find where it went, that would be fantastic. Alright, I guess I'm gonna have to step out. There it is. It's way over there. What are you doing over there, guy? As I said, it's pretty much smooth sailing after you get them lured. Here we go. Got him. After you get them lured, when you get that one on you, you want to run back here, and then it'll walk over here, and then you want to run right behind this torch, and then you are safe. So now you're ready to kill some tormented demons. Now that you got them lured and everything. So yeah, pretty much there's 3 different types of attacks. If you're standing far away from them, they'll either range you or mage you. Mage is what you just saw right there. It'll like spit an orange ball of like fire on you, and that's their mage attack. Their range attack is like they take spikes out of their shoulder and then they'll throw them at you. And then they also have a melee attack if you're within melee range, and they'll just slash you with their claws. So you want to just overload up right here. Start in mage, and my mage abilities are rack, chain, combust, impact, wild magic, asphyxiate, metamorphosis, and sonic wave. You won't be using thresholds much while you kill these. Alright, so now you want to step out, and that's the mage attack, so put on protect from magic, and like I said, it'll only hit you once. And this, you can see the protective shield. Whenever they do that little roar thing that you just saw where he took his arms and put them by his side and did like a sort of a roar, that means he's changing attacks. So you want to look for the animation of either the range or the mage attack when he does that, and make sure you switch prayers accordingly. So once it switches to mage prayer, you want to switch into your melee as well as your dark light. Hit it once and it should say this demon is temporarily weakened by a weapon, and then you can use your real abilities on it. And as you can see, I'm hitting now. After it switches back, you can switch back to your mage and then just rinse and repeat. So now it's probably going to hit me with... Sometimes it won't change attack styles, but that roar usually means it does. So just be prepared whenever it does that to change prayers. But don't instantly change prayers until you see the actual attack style change. See, that was melee. Melee is the hardest one to protect from on the first hit because there's no real telltale sign of it. You can see it spitting the mage, and you can see it taking spikes out of it. Like right there, you saw those spikes right there. That gave it away, so I was able to get my prayer up before it was able to hit me. So that is why that's why you usually want to stay out of melee range, if at all possible, unless you're meleeing it. So I'm about to kill it right now. Here we go. Oh, I just can't finish it off. There we go. And you want to use regenerate or Guthix's blessing or whatever just to get your health back up. And then whenever you're going to get your drop, make sure you're always aware of that TD right there, and just flick on that prayer real quick just to protect yourself from the attack that it does. So yeah. Then you want to run over here like I said before, and that TD will spawn right there, and then you want to run back over here and then back behind the torch and just kill it again. So after you get them lured and you know how to do it and you get into sort of the swing of things, TDs are pretty easy to kill. And they can be pretty decent charm droppers, as well as not bad for money, because the dragon limbs are currently around 22 mil, which they drop, and each piece of the dragon plate body is I think around 3 mil. Dragon claws are only like 400-500k, so those aren't really much, but they're kind of a cool drop to see on the ground either way. But yeah, that's pretty much all I had to say about Tormented Demons. There you go, that one just spawned. They always start out with mage when they spawn, by the way, so you can just pray mage whenever it spawns. Then you just lure it back over to where you want to kill it and get right back on. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll do this one last kill just to show you guys one more time. One thing I highly recommend is you always right click them when you attack them and then click on them, because they move a lot and it's very easy to misclick and walk out, and that can mess up your lures or do something bad that you don't want happening. So if you can get into the habit of right clicking them before you attack them, it can save you a lot of trouble and any hassle in ruining your lore. If you do ruin your lore, you can just run back here and then log out, go to a different world, and try and do it again, because obviously when you log back in, the tormented demons won't be aggressive on you anymore. But yeah, there's another kill, and you pretty much won't need food because, wow, I just got a ton. But pretty much because you can just use regenerate after each kill and you'll be fine. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10 sharks right there, so that could last you plenty of time anyways. But yeah, that's going to be the end of this guide. I hope you guys liked it. I know, of course, if you have any gear upgrades, you can definitely bring it. If you have Virtus and Virtus Wand and Book, you could get faster kills with that. This is just pretty much the fastest way to get kills in technique, as far as I'm concerned. Or if you had Ascension crossbows, I'm sure range would be maybe a better option. But this was pretty much just to show you how to do it. And I don't really have the gear for the fastest kills, quote unquote, but this is like pretty much the best way to do it, in my opinion, is just killing one, because killing multiple spawns could get a little messy, and you don't want to have to deal with that. But yeah, other than that, guys, like and favorite if you enjoyed, subscribe for future videos, let me know in the comments below if I missed anything, and let me know what you guys think, if you guys liked it. And you can also leave suggestions down there for any other guides you want me to make in the future, and I'll definitely consider anything you guys want to see. But other than that, guys, I will see you next time, probably tomorrow, for some more Majorat Master. So yeah, see you guys then. Peace.